Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, October 6th, at 6:58 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 559 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Dad burned all over his body after daughter throws chemicals on him, Michigan cops say. Bill de Blasio's reportedly possible run for New York governor, Osama bin Laden is probably more popular. Nobel honors greener way to build molecules. Virginia woman left hospitalized and hallucinating after venomous spider bites her lip. 10-year-old Texas boy dies after freak accident at rodeo, Louisiana cops say. Shakira reveals she feels naked when she performs and other shockers in cover story. Neil Patrick Harris says it's great to see Hilary Duff's How I Met Your Mother spin-off sticking after numerous failed attempts. A Capitol riot suspect is being shunned by people in her small Indiana town and chastised on the street, lawyer says. Cold case team says Zodiac killer ID'd, linking him to another murder. War of words breaks out between Chicago mayor and district attorney over shootout. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Windows 11, skip the wait to download Microsoft's new OS with this workaround, CNET. House January 6 panel cannot find Trump aide to serve him subpoena The Hill. Jaguars Urban Meyer addresses viral video fallout with entire team, I embarrassed them, Fox News. What the debt ceiling means for Social Security and more, The New York Times. Dow Jones today, stock slump, September hiring climbs, Bitcoin rallies, Palantir, Acuity soar, Investors Business Daily. Roundup, the Metroid Dread reviews are in, Nintendo Life. As debt ceiling vote looms, Democrats reconsider filibuster, The New York Times. Wednesday's deals, hidden Prime only sale, free money from Amazon, Chromebook sale, more, BGR. Ordering a power tool from Home Depot, Walmart may be the one delivering it to you, CNN. Kim Kardashian getting help from Kanye West ahead of Saturday Night Live hosting gig, Fox News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. ESPN pulls Sage Steele off air after controversy and reported COVID. Rami Malek reveals the personal question that left Kate Middleton taken aback. I enrolled my kids under 12 in a COVID-19 vaccine trial. Here's what happened. Mike Pompeo proposes new way of teaching and gets schooled big time. UK Deputy Prime Minister doesn't seem to know what misogyny means in cringy gaffe. Actor pleads guilty in $650 million Ponzi scheme involving fake Netflix, HBO deals. Missouri executes intellectually disabled man despite objections from Pope, lawmakers. In reversal of Trump policy, State Department discloses number of nukes in U.S. stockpile. Meghan Trainor and husband have side-by-side toilets in their bathroom. Single ticket sold in California scoop $699 million Powerball jackpot. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Traffic study supports claim of dicey intersection. VO, neighbors attempt catching pig on the loose. 19-year-old dies after being shot in head. Mother asks for help to bring son home. 11 while critical after being hit by car. Young mother won't quit working for kid's future. Residents complain as city defends contract. Mother rents billboard with deceased daughter's photo. Man robbed driver at stop sign. Fired employee claims religious discrimination. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Boris Johnson pledges transformed economy for UK. A virus surges, but 68 million in US remain unvaccinated. As debt default looms, White House warns of financial crisis. Trump true believers have their reasons. Nobel Prize in Chemistry awarded for tool to build molecules. Vatican issues acquittals in sexual abuse case involving ex-seminarians. Netflix's Squid Game reinvigorates dalgona candy. Laurie Anderson has a message for us humans. What the debt ceiling means for Social Security and more. Ed Mullins quits Sergeants Benevolent Association after FBI raid. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Home not so sweet in NFL this season despite return of fans. BTS campaign with UN nets millions of dollars in tweets. Taiwan says tension with China is the worst it's been in 40 years. Nets losing hope Kyrie Irving will get vaccinated, preparing for possible absence from home games, report. Victor Davis Hanson, Dems using Facebook scandal to weaponize government against free speech. Senator Ernst slams Biden-Ackman's dangerous overreach with FBI probe of school board threats. Bodycam footage of police shooting during high-speed chase vindicates police officer, sheriff says. Diplo could face criminal charges over rape and sexual misconduct claims. Brian Laundrie's survival skills are mediocre, Sister Cassie says. Impeachment, American Crime Story actress Annalee Ashford responds to Paula Jones' claims of inaccuracy. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Thursday, October 7th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, The Daily Mail. Liam Gallagher's ex Nicole Appleton marries Stephen Haynes and shares snaps of surprise wedding day. Britain's energy crisis deepens as gas prices soar by a fifth to all-time high. Diana, the musical is mocked for its hysterically awful lyrics after its Netflix release. Crisis in Koreatown, video shows homeless encampment in bustling Los Angeles neighborhood. China will be ready for a full-scale invasion of Taiwan by 2025. Turkey opens Gallipoli battle site as an underwater museum. Nursing assistant shot dead by co-worker at Philadelphia hospital identified. Exeter University slammed for allowing student anti-abortion group to canvass freshers. Couple transformed their 44-foot lorry trailer into an off-grid house for $55,000. New type of killer whale that preys on large sea mammals is discovered off the west coast of the U.S. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Outage and whistleblower testimony renew focus on dangers of Facebook's global reach. First Vatican sexual abuse trial absolves a former altar boy who served the Pope. Indonesian activists build museum out of 10,000 items of plastic waste. Hundreds of Afghans gather outside passport office as Taliban resumes issuing travel documents. Me Too movement in women's soccer goes global as Australian, Venezuelan stars allege sexual abuse. Russia's rising young communists pose an unexpected new threat to Putin's grip. Chinese jets menace Taiwan, pressuring U.S. support of island's defenses. Catholic clergy in France likely abused more than 200,000 minors, independent commission estimates. In Ukraine, plans for world's largest Holocaust memorial complex cannot escape modern feuds. Squid Game is number 1 on Netflix and South Koreans are using the survival drama to talk about inequality. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus hive. Sweden pauses Moderna vaccine for younger age groups. Poland's cases rise by 70% in 1 week. Dead because she was indigenous. Quebec coroner says Atikamekw woman a victim of systemic racism. Senator urges more Facebook whistleblowers to come forward. Live. Dubai ruler hacked ex-wife using NSO Pegasus spyware. High Court judge finds. The walls are closing in on me. The hacking of Princess Leia. Canada invokes 1977 treaty with U.S. as dispute over pipeline intensifies. Brazilian player charged with attempted murder after attack on referee. Pair win Nobel Prize in Chemistry for work on organic catalysts. Deontay Wilder talks tough after brooding build-up to Tyson Fury fight. Donald McRae. Biden administration fights to keep details of Central Intelligence Agency torture of detainee secret. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. COVID-19 hive updates. More Americans died of COVID this year than all of 2020. Nobel in Chemistry honors greener way to build molecules. Taliban arrest 4 Islamic State militants north of Kabul. Vatican court absolves former altar boy in sex abuse trial. Graffiti in English and German found on Auschwitz barracks. Troubled student loan forgiveness program gets an overhaul. Parties play with political fire around debt ceiling. The note. National player alleges sexual abuse in Australian soccer. U.S. woman in Bali suitcase murder to be released October 29. As Republicans play debt limit brinkmanship, nation barrels toward default. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Princess Leia, Dubai ruler had ex-wife's phone hacked, UK court. EU indecision jeopardizing its position in Balkans, von der Leyen. Joyce Echaquin, racism played role in death, coroner finds. Russia investigates prison torture allegations after videos leaked. German elections, kingmaker parties back center-left coalition talks. Corporation tax, Ireland moving towards reform deal. Brazil, strong winds cause sandstorm in São Paulo. Spain rent, monthly €250 bonus plan for under 35s. R. Kelly's YouTube channels removed after conviction. The Sri Lankan singer winning hearts in India. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. California pipeline was split, pulled like a bowstring. Why was the response delayed? Chemistry Nobel honors green way to make molecules. Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg responds to whistleblower Frances Haugen. More fathers are working from home and becoming the main caregiver to their children. They held a read-in at a whites-only library in 1961 and helped end segregation. Meet the Tougaloo Nine. Showbiz Minute, BTS, Busan, Packer. Kids account for 27% of U.S. cases. Arizona program to discourage mandates violates rules, Fed say. COVID updates. Miss Piggy, it's amazing how I can carry a whole special. Who is Angela Black? The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. From the sky, U.S. Coast Guard monitors movement of Orange County oil spill. California is shaking off the worst of the Delta variant surge. Podcast, California put homeless people in hotel rooms, then what? Drought wants to knock out this small California town. The people who love it are trying to save it. Former USC campus gynecologists' accusers call for investigation of top university officials. How a coast crowded with ships, port gridlock and an anchor may have caused OC oil spill. Los Angeles shifts water supplies as drought hammers state water project. Woman hospitalized after being shot by Simi Valley police. Federal regulation of oil platforms dogged by problems long before OC spill. Orange County oil spill, first federal lawsuit filed as residents take stock of losses. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Thursday, October 7th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Brazil's highest court has upheld a ban on missionaries trying to contact isolated indigenous communities. Beside the risk of spreading COVID and other diseases, missionaries are shown to undermine traditional cultures and social cohesion. On brand, really, Zuckerberg wants Congress to crush any possible competition to Facebook, Snowden says. EU should move manufacturing out of China, says Lithuanian president. Global conflict over Taiwan may be triggered at any time, warns Chinese state media. U.S. suspends authority to ship nuclear materials to China. CGN. Ukrainians unearth hiding places of Jews in city sewers during Nazi Holocaust. India to provide free health care for transgender people, including sex change operations. European Parliament calls for a ban on facial recognition. The entirety of Twitch has reportedly been leaked. VGC. Fossil fuel industry gets subsidies of $11 a minute, IMF finds. World War III with China possible, Taiwan asks Australia for help. Dystopian world, Singapore patrol robots stoke fears of surveillance state. Mongolia to spend no less than 1% of GDP to plant 1 billion trees. Joe Biden says Xi Jinping has agreed to abide by Taiwan agreement. Taiwan defense minister says tensions with China are the worst in 4 decades. The next headlines are from Forbes. Netflix to remove number in Squid Game after owner bombarded with prank calls. BTS join Ariana Grande as the only artists to debut 3 songs at #1 on the Hot 100 in a year. In Tesla's $137 M race verdict, big winner is IRS. It appears Aaron Rodgers would love to be a Pittsburgh Steeler in 2022. Box office, can No Time to Die nap first pandemic-era $100 debut? Amazon expands retail presence by opening first 4-star store outside the U.S. Sweden halts Moderna vaccine for young people over possible rare side effects. Squid Game actress Yoon Ho-yeon gains 14.6 million Instagram followers since her Netflix debut. Brett Baier, when Fox started it was this niche market, that niche was literally half the country. Airline rankings often based on product features versus value. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Geoscience Agency faces trial following deadly volcanic eruption. Francis Collins to step down at NIST, scientists assess his legacy. Head of Wellcome-funded Malawi health project investigated for bullying. Seems. The gene editing engineer working to boost expertise in China. Elegant catalysts that tell left from right scoop chemistry Nobel. Doctored research images, Arctic sea ice and Germany's climate policy. China's data-driven dream to overhaul healthcare. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,736,267,001 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. WME sets Mike Berkowitz and Alyssa Mueller to lead restructured comedy group. Yuzo Aduba on returning to Broadway in new play Clyde's This Is My Lifeblood. Music industry moves. Mike Sherwood joins Capitol Music Group to lead D2C marketing. Agnes Blaya heads to France for teaser. Meet the new CSI, Vegas lab, different from the old lab. Netflix releases new Lock and Key Season 2 trailer. TV News Roundup. How Black creatives are working to shake up Broadway and implement lasting change. Andrew Lloyd Webber on Broadway's reopening, Cinderella and why the Cats movie caused him to buy a dog. Life in the FASD lane, a special report. Animation studio Toons Media launches NFT Design Lab exclusive. HBO Max acquires Halsey's If I Cannot Have Love, I Want Power album film. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Fat Bear Week has a champion, all hail 480 Otis. Taiwan says tensions with China are at their worst in 4 decades. U.S. says Arizona cannot use COVID-19 money just for schools without mask mandates. Facebook's own data is not as conclusive as you think about teens and mental health. 2 scientists win Nobel Prize in Chemistry for new way of building molecules. What borrowers need to know about the public service loan forgiveness overhaul. Pope Francis expresses shame at the scale of child sexual abuse by clergy in France. Long promised and often delayed, the pivot to Asia takes shape under Biden. Why the U.S. pandemic playbook was no match for COVID. The Supreme Court considers whether the CIA's black sites are state secrets. The following headlines are from The Week. Winter's looming energy crisis. AT&T is reportedly a crucial source of funds for the far-right One America News Network. New poll stuffed with bad news for Biden, Democrats. Democratic senator dismisses Zuckerberg's whistleblower response. He has lost all trust if he ever had any. Nobel Prize in Chemistry awarded to 2 chemists who created a cheaper, greener way to build molecules. A town in Italy just got 60% of its annual rainfall in 12 hours. Spoilers are good. The sticky problem of making Facebook go away. The $1 trillion coin is both legal and responsible. The next headlines are from Universe Today. There are many metal-rich asteroids nearby to investigate. On its next run, LEGO will be able to probe 8 times as much space. These are the news headlines for today, Thursday, October 7th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Where are the water worlds? New tool to find out. Super Earth, Mini Neptune or Sub-Neptune? The next news is from Politico. Complex EU leads Europe to diverge from US on coronavirus vaccine booster. Pope ashamed of sexual abuse in France, says church should be safe home for everyone. GOP pushes Dems to walk a procedural plank on debt limit. Macron on French-US alliance, we will see. European Union considers bitter pill to end Trump's trade war. Former Trump Department of Justice No. 2 sits for interview with January 6 committee. White House says COVID-19 home testing market on track to quadruple by year's end. NATO head, China is not an enemy. Top COVID experts privately urge Biden admin to scale back booster campaign. GOP peels its centrists away from Biden's bipartisan infrastructure plan. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Back to the box office, what's on when cinemas reopen? Coalition's criticism of state ICAC driven by fear. Drones deliver from roof of Queensland shopping centre in world first. From the archives, 1941, Mr. Curtin commissioned to form government. In the Herald, October 7, 1974. Nintendo refines its revolutionary Switch console. Best of Cartoons, October 7, 2021. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Davidson. Cartoons of the Week. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Golding. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Conversation, hotter and more frequent heat waves put the work and lives of countless essential workers at risk. Crypto, Bitcoin rallies above $55,000 for first time in 5 months. Keywords, Jamie Dimon's reason for not taking a pay cut from his $31 million salary is pretty rich. The Margin, reported Twitch hacker leaks entire source code and streamers' incomes for the past 3 years. Senate Democrat plan Wednesday vote on debt limit, but Republicans set to block again. Futures movers, natural gas futures retreat as Putin says Russia will boost supplies to Europe. IPO report, Albert's IPO, 5 things to know about the eco-friendly shoe company before it goes public. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub must disclose hidden fees, give delivery workers all tips under new California law. Coronavirus update, COVID-19 vaccines kept more than 100,000 U.S. seniors out of hospital, and WHO warns, we are not out of the woods yet. Pennsylvania Republican Toomey requests copy of Biden currency controller nominee's Moscow State thesis on Marx. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Canada lacks political will to waive COVID-19 vaccine patents, Bolivian minister says, Global News. Disentangling the problem of patent thickets IAM. Acquisition spree cannot mask desktop metals fiscal challenges, NASDAQ. Intellectual property rights in technology, Lixology. Polish industrial property law looks set to undergo a revolutionary makeover IAM. How Big Pharma appropriates knowledge and profits in a time of coronavirus, cadtm.org. WIPO is seeking a senior advisor, IP and gender, IPWatchdog.com. Moderna wants Fed, SIR, help to avoid COVID vaccine patent suits, Bloomberg Law. Unraveling the riddles of secret prior art in India and elsewhere, Lixology. IUST has filed 28 patents, Kashmir Life. The next headlines are from Quartz. The Tony the Tiger protest sign at a Kellogg's plant could have featured a kangaroo, an elephant, or a newt. How to build a career in business journalism. The 2021 Chemistry Nobel rewards a greener way to make medicines. Mark Zuckerberg's aggressive note fails to adequately defend Facebook. A new wave of whistleblowers. Zuckerberg responds to Facebook whistleblower. China's role in shrinking global income inequality is suddenly up for debate. Student nurses who refuse vaccination struggle to complete degrees. India is also staring at an energy crisis. Indian customers are ready for EVs, so why aren't India's automakers? The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. FCC finally gets off its ass to combat SIM hijacking. Belgian government wants to add encryption backdoors to its already terrible data retention law. Tone-deaf Facebook did cripple VR headsets when borked BGP routing took down all of Facebook. California cities experimenting with civilian responses to mental health crisis calls. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Denise Richards. Stephen Gilmore. The Resident. Bulls. Rita Moreno. Jalen Smith. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Police staff issued misconduct notices over return of weapon to Plymouth gunman weeks before shooting spree. Watch, Republican senator booed by own crowd after suggesting they ought to think about getting COVID-19 vaccine. Woke Gov-funded London tour guide targets racist plants, says botanical terms like native and invasive are offensive. There will be a rematch. Controversial Russian MP, 47, wants revenge after bizarre fight with 60-year actor in MMA cage, video. Conservative peer leads businesses in blasting UK government over failure to plug labour shortages via overseas workers. NATO to expel 8 Russian diplomats over claims of undisclosed espionage at military bloc's headquarters, Sky News reports. Kremlin voices support for Russian newspaper KP after it feels forced to shut Belarus branch following arrest of journalist. Sweden halts use of Moderna's COVID vaccine for younger adults amid concerns over rare heart inflammation side effect. Russian prosecutor demands that LGBT-hating far-right group Male State be labeled by court as banned extremist organization. Verdict against lawyer who fought Chevron casts doubt on whether same law is available to all of us. Roger Waters to RT. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Mind your T's and Q's. Poland unexpectedly hikes rates for the first time since 2012 to tackle non-transitory inflation. Rabobank, the surge in commodity prices is not led by bullishness, but by panic. WTI holds losses after surprise crude, gasoline inventory builds. Biden sows confusion by claiming he spoke to President Xi about the Taiwan agreement. Conflict of interest, A.G. Garland's family getting rich selling critical race theory materials to schools. Lines in the sand, will market ping pong continue today? Over 1,000 Kellogg's U.S. cereal plant workers go on strike over cut to benefits and pay. Cryptos are suddenly exploding higher. With Europe in chaos, Putin says Russia ready to help stabilize gas market. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. What is Serbia trying to achieve with its military buildup? French poll puts far-right pundit Zemmour ahead of Le Pen. Contagion fears, after Evergrande, investors' eye repayment dates. UN accused of turning a blind eye to Yemen abuses. Saudi Aramco soars to $2 trillion on sky-high oil prices. Uncontrolled immigration will not solve UK's economic woes, PM. A Tunisian family, high hopes, desperate lives. Cloth versus N95, which coronavirus mask should you wear? Ethiopian parliament approves PM Abiy's new cabinet. Ahead of election, Pandora Papers cast shadow over Czech PM. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Report, Amazon-owned Twitch suffers massive data leak. Exclusive Steve Cortez, CNN treated me terribly, rude as could be, even worse off air than on air. Blumenthal, Zuckerberg has obligation to testify about Facebook whistleblower testimony. Not woke, slave play author cancels Los Angeles run to protest lack of female playwrights. Desperation, Democrat Terry McAuliffe enlists Taylor Swift fans in Virginia governor's race. Expert, cargo ship buildup off LA may have caused California oil spill. Clown World, DC elites consider minting $1 trillion coin to game debt limit. Democrats exploit California oil spill to call for offshore oil drilling ban. Inflation coming, New Zealand central bank raises interest rates for first time in 7 years. PM Johnson calls climate activists irresponsible crusties. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Thursday, October 7th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Rogue grandma breaks bones on slide after sneaking into water park at 2 a.m. U.S. man sues psychic who promised to remove ex-girlfriend curse. Man selling catalytic converter on Facebook busted by cops over alleged meth in photo. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Google Maps can now suggest the most fuel-efficient route. This portable power station is the ultimate emergency support, and it's $150 off. We reviewed the Nintendo Switch old like it was a Pokemon card. Biology nerds have made proteins play Chopin-esque tunes. How to bring Safari's address bar back to the top on iOS 15. Weirdly, rising electricity prices can actually help owners. Here are the best cities for Python developers. Google is automatically turning on Tufa. How to check your settings. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Living medicine created to treat drug-resistant infections. Scientists can switch on plants' response to light. Honeybees waggle dance reveals bees in rural areas travel farther for food. Onset of allergies including asthma and hay fever not directly causally linked to mental health traits. The next headlines are from Information Week. Seaports, backlogged supply chains seek a digital response. The art of sharing credit for a successful IT project. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Thursday, October 7th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA announces astronaut changes for upcoming commercial crew missions. NASA invites media to Webb telescope launch coverage discussion. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah health officials predicted many more cases of COVID-19 in schools than we've seen. Why was their model so off? West Jordan 17-year-old may have been killed in a shootout, according to police. Utes mailbag, can this Utah running Utes team get to the NCAA tournament? Ognes don Pernesco, una comunidad hispana en crecimiento La Mahogany, Utah. A growing Hispanic community calls Ogden home. Mayor bans new homeless shelters in Salt Lake City, temporarily. Mormon Land, General Conference, a look at what inspired, what disappointed and what it means. Rich Lowry, we should arm Taiwan to the teeth. 10 local artists are telling community stories through murals, here's where to see them. How COVID-19 affected the reporting of sexual assaults at Utah colleges. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Google to invest $1 billion in Africa over 5 years. Apple to face EU antitrust charge over NFC chip. Nobel Prize in Chemistry awarded to scientists for creating a tool to build molecules. D-Wave announces new hardware, compiler, and plans for quantum computing. Instagram ditches the IGTV brand, combines everything but Reels into an Instagram video format. Sony planning to make PS3, Vita stores nearly unusable. UN report warns of global water crisis amid climate change. Scientists have successfully recorded data to DNA in a few short minutes. Google is about to turn on two-factor authentication by default for millions of users. Oculus Quest becomes a paperweight when Facebook goes down. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. DeSoto student brought gun to school twice last week. St. Louis County couple among many ordered to pay unemployment back. Vote, Fred Bird is nominated for Mascot Hall of Fame's 2022 class. Fox 2 Sports director Martin Kilcoyne featured in Cardinals hype video. One lane open on WB64 near Lindbergh, a tractor-trailer crash scene. Ballpark Village pulls out all the stops for tonight's wild card game. Scattered showers and storms Wednesday with high temps in mid-70s. Fight leads to police chase in East St. Louis Wednesday morning. Fox Files, St. Louis Justice Center lawsuit demands missing video. This Missouri family's epic Halloween home display entertains the entire neighborhood. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. dangerously low. San Diego Blood Bank makes urgent call for donations. Driver who ran off after pinning pedestrian under truck sought by deputies. Pain at the pump, average gas price hits highest amount since 2012. 300 positions available at Westfield UTC job fair. San Diego County requires new hires show proof of COVID vaccination. Supervisor support plan for Afghan refugee resettlement. New California laws aim to combat fraud in jobless benefits. Victim in trolley station stabbing dies, suspect faces murder charge. Man pinned under truck in North County hit and run. This fight means everything to me. Miramasu boxer puts undefeated record to test in hometown. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. South Korea promotes KF-21 Hawk indigenous fighter with new video. U.S. Marine Corps awards contract to Kongsberg for counter-UAS weapons. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Prada takes over a grocery store in Shanghai. The 1740 Batavia massacre of ethnic Chinese in Java. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Thousands lose power in Marin County. California drought recovery needs 140% average rainfall, model shows. Woman burned after trying to retrieve dog from Yellowstone hot spring. Strike halts work at all Kellogg cereal plants in U.S. Person hit and killed on I-680 in San Jose. Video, fireball in Colorado sky scares off would-be thief. Fire on HWI 92 contained. Report, social media playing a role in fueling migration crisis on border. 2,700-year-old toilet found in Jerusalem was a rare luxury. San Francisco leaders approve plan to house the homeless. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Pope expresses shame at scale of clergy abuse in France. Poland raises interest rates, seeking to tame inflation. Grains mostly lower, livestock mixed. Stocks fall as volatility hits Wall Street, oil drops. German police raid ring suspected of laundering $162 million. Stray zebras from Gobert's pumpkin patch cause 2-hour chase near Pingree Grove. Ruth Bader Ginsburg tribute required innovative donations. COVID-19 hospitalizations rise slightly in Illinois. Part of American culture, Elk Grove Village mom helps American girl create night outfit for dolls. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 43.59 km, in Japan June 10, 2021, 8:12 UTC, 1,930,000 people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Italy, Serbia. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Sudan, South Sudan. Drought is ongoing in United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Thursday, October 7th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. One area to watch in the Atlantic, no threat to Texas. Visit the home of the carne asada pizza. Oil spill at Texas City refinery prompts road closures and cleanup response. 17-year-old appears before a judge for the first time since crash that killed 3 valet workers. Don't fall for it. Scam voicemail promises big savings on AT&T, DirecTV. Fugitive in crowd, U.S. Marshals seek help in identifying Los Angeles Dodgers fan. Tesla to pay former employee $137 million for racist abuse suffered at company. Princeton scientist and partner awarded Nobel Prize for Chemistry, second for Princeton in 2 days. Brian Laundrie flew home and then back to Utah in middle of road trip with Gabby Petito. Gonzo hopes no one gets scared by Muppets Haunted Mansion special on Disney+. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Eviction confusion, again, end of US ban doesn't cause spike. Boris Johnson brushes off UK woes, vows to transform economy. GE look to develop rare earth materials supply chain. AP, flush with COVID-19 aid, schools steer funding to sports. Toy makers race to get products on shelves amid supply clogs. Evictions begin as US ban ends, but not the spike feared. EU recommends relief funds for consumers hit by energy costs. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Early edition, becoming a life coach is just a few click $sign away. Photos, sprawling, vital Greater New York exhibition fills MoMA PS1. SBA President Ed Mullins resigns after FBI raids his home, SBA headquarters. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Guterres criticizes unprecedented expulsion of staff from Ethiopia, calls for focus on saving lives. WHO endorses historic malaria vaccine for at-risk children. Stop calling the military budget the defense budget. Afghanistan, humanitarians call for greater support as winter approaches. Will Taliban honor UN treaties signed by Afghanistan over the last 20 years? COVID-19 cases and deaths continue to decline. BTS and UNICEF celebrate 4 years of the Love Myself campaign to promote child self-esteem. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Secret warrants against Google search terms are on the rise. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Ship's anchor may have caused massive California oil spill. Nobel in chemistry honors greener way to build molecules. Yankees knocked out early by rival Red Sox at Fenway. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Idaho Lieutenant Gov goes rogue, again, while boss is out of state. Stalking schools and scaring kids is the new anti-vax trend. Boris Johnson simps for anti-racist Winston Churchill in speech that ignored Brexit mess. F-word these people, Bodicum shows Minneapolis cops praised for hunting protesters after George Floyd death. Meghan Markle could be eyeing deal with infomercial guru Bill Guthrie, who made Cindy Crawford $200 million. Trump Organization honcho Alan Weisselberg has one defense, gross incompetence. Sutton Strake is the real detective of Beverly Hills. I cannot fake it, I just cannot. Missouri ignores pleas from senators and Pope to execute intellectually disabled black man Ernest Johnson. The left is done pressuring Kyrsten Sinema, now they want a primary. Netflix's Bad Sport probes sports' wildest scandals, from drug trafficking to horse murder. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Coronavirus deaths in Russia surpass 900 a day for first time. These exercises can help you sleep better. Hundreds of Afghans desperate to leave country descend on Kabul passport office. Angelina Jolie sells stake in $164 French estate amid Brad Pitt divorce. California man sues psychic who said she could remove witch's curse his ex placed on him. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The James Webb Space Telescope lives. Ask Astro I, what time is it on the International Space Station? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. NASA preps to launch spacecraft to crash into asteroid's moon. Johnson & Johnson seeks approval for use as booster shot. J&J asks FDA for emergency use authorization of its COVID booster shot. Snowboarder turned activist brings left and right together over climate change. California declares state of emergency after oil spill. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. AT&T played major role building, funding far-right Channel 1 American News, report. At Trump's request, former advisors to defy subpoenas from Congressional January 6 committee, report. Fitness influencer Kashawn Cookie Sims reported missing, her family is concerned. Legendary DEA agent killed in Arizona Amtrak shooting over marijuana, complaint says. Federal Student Loan Forgiveness Program offer relief for public service workers. Nobel Prize in Chemistry goes to scientists who found widely used way to build molecules. Alex Murdaugh was personally responsible for diverting insurance payout away from housekeeper's sons, lawsuit. Biden, Senate filibuster change on get a real possibility. Tennessee man arrested for posing as rideshare driver, allegedly raping female passenger. Missouri man executed for killing 3 people in 1994, despite evidence of mental illness. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. 2 dead following country club Hills home invasion. Heather Mack, convicted in mom's murder in Bali, to be freed from prison October 29. She and boyfriend had stuffed body into suitcase during vacation. Former Carpentersville educator sentenced to additional 60 years in prison for sexually assaulting a dozen children. Second man charged on suspicion of murder in 14-year-old Savannah Quintero's June slaying. CPS shortens quarantine time as COVID-19 transmission in schools remains low, officials say. 2 men dead in country club Hills home invasion. Daywatch, former Eric Ferguson co-host alleges unbearable work conditions at WTMX Radio. Fox slams Lightfoot's criticisms. Will dining igloos return this winter? 4-year-old boy hurt in hit and run in North Mayfair, driver later goes to police. The following headlines are from phys.org. Machine learning helps reveal cells' inner structures in new detail. Brain Initiative unveils detailed atlas of the mammalian primary motor cortex. Early human activities impacted Earth's atmosphere more than previously known. Study examines what makes adult children cut ties with parents. Record-breaking Texas drought more severe than previously thought. Algae blooms a problem but not a trend, study finds. Recreating the sights and sounds of 17th century London. A telescopic model of the development of hair follicles. Relationships between transgender patients, their physicians explored in medicalization history. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Thursday, October 7th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Sleep apnea surgery. 80 mattress industry and sleep statistics. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Columbus Zoo, once widely admired, loses main accreditation. Alabama Capitol strips Confederate president's name off road. Looking ugly, why skiing might ditch its combined event. Pats releasing Gilmore after failing to agree on contract. A Great Egret launches a Golden Sunrise flight in Grant County. What's shaken? Well, you are, if you're making this Ramos gin fizz with the gusto it deserves. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. San Francisco homicide, man dies after being punched. New movies, Daniel Craig gets worthy send-off in No Time to Die. Drive-by shooting in Oakland leaves man in grave condition. Yellowstone tourist burn trying to pull dog from hot spring. Pac-12 picks, Stanford hangs with ASU, Oregon State rolls, and another USC-Utah thriller. KPIX anchor Ken Bastida announces his retirement. Bay Area News Group High School Football Picks, Week 7, Fall 2021. 4 Lodi Winery hikes combine vineyard trails and Zinfandel sips. Great American Beer Festival, Bay Area's gold medal breweries. San Jose, pedestrian dies after being hit by multiple cars on I-680, freeway lanes shut down. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Bullish Boris Johnson rejects uncontrolled immigration to ease economic strains. Parents groups fighting critical race theory object to Justice Department probe. Senate Republican campaign arm reports strong fundraising numbers. VP Kamala Harris lacking role in negotiations, feeds lingering concerns. Idaho Lieutenant Governor Janice McCheechin grabs power while the governor is away. NYPD Sergeant's union boss resigns after FBI raid. Tensions flare as Chinese flights near Taiwan intensify. Coronavirus deaths in Russia surpass 900 a day for first time. The next headlines are from The Intercept. The quest for COVID's origins. The CIA's Afghan proxies, accused of war crimes, will get a fresh start in the U.S. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. American League Division Series game times announced for White Sox, Astros. Updates on the state's top unsigned seniors. AP Week 7 Illinois High School Football Rankings. Robert Altman, 1960s counterculture photographer, dies at 76. Eddie Robinson, former White Sox All-Star, dies at 100. Chicago can show its best self by creating a guaranteed minimum income for all. Arlington Heights playbook, tax breaks, public financing only considered as last resort in luring buyers, suburbs mayor says. Second person charged in murder of 14-year-old girl in back of the yards. Chicago area woman in Bali suitcase murder to be released October 29th. An alligator gar caught in the Dupay River, the house, whys and where froms, plus stray cast. The next headlines are from the Times of India. How semiconductor crunch dampening festive spirit. Explained in 9 charts, why India stares at power crunch. Gastronomy in Dubai. India and US have one mind and one approach, Sherman. ISIL aided China becomes last country still chasing COVID-0. Pakistan Army replaces IC chief in surprise reshuffle. Air purifiers and other car accessories at up to 50%. This online shopping website is fake. Under which rule, Rahul versus sub cops at Lucknow Airport. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Review, Susan Macaulay's Ghost Hunters, Spirit Fire. This week's best concerts. 4 thoughts on the 1-year anniversary of Bill O'Brien's firing. The next headlines are about world records making news. Watch, man drives auto rickshaw on 2 wheels, sets world record, viral video, Asian ad newsable. Golden Retriever breaks world record held for 17 years, Q102. Watch, Chennai man, a Guinness World Record holder, drives auto rickshaw on 2 wheels, News 18. Man who holds record for ripping license plates honored, Spectrum News. Italy's world record undefeated streak, Azzurri's unbeaten run at 37 matches and counting, Sporting News. Royal Enfield creates world record, receives highest ever live viewership for all new Classic 350s launch, The Financial Express. Inli Grenseller 80 Saat Aerolipsis US Yapaniha Il Unid Naya Rekoru Kurdi, Rayleigh News. UC LAN lecturer sets world record at international powerlifting competition, Lancashire Post. New world record set for fastest marathon run in ski boots, by 7 seconds, in snow. Experts chart a way out of Victoria's world record lockdown and rising COVID case numbers, The Guardian. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Google Maps rolls out eco-friendly routes. Lock and Key Season 2's new trailer spellbinds us into a darker tale. Salute 480 Otis, R4 time fat barking. Apple makes it easier to find your missing AirPods. Joby redesigned the flexible legs on its iconic Gorilla Pod tripods. Could Blade's new movie be coming sooner than we thought? What is COP26 and why is it important? 15 Halloween animatronics that will terrify everyone on your block. 11 things you can do in Windows 11 that you couldn't do before. Mark Zuckerberg's latest defense of Facebook doesn't make any sense. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mon in Botswana at 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Amazon wins record U.S. tax breaks to expand delivery network. Amazon gives Alexa some more patience. Switch Old review, Nintendo's nicest, most non-essential upgrade yet. Metroid Dread review, the best Switch exclusive game of 2021. Russia tells its space reporters to stop reporting on the space program. The following headlines are from Raw Story. GOP-endorsed school board candidate outed as an anti-Semitic troll who attended infamous Charlottesville rally. Marjorie Taylor Greene unloads unhinged rant accusing Biden of Nazi tactics at school board meetings. Idaho Lieutenant Governor issues order banning COVID-19 testing at schools after governor leaves state. He was with Brandon. Sean Spicer issues curious statement about ex-Trump aide hiding from subpoena. U.S. saw better than forecast private hiring last month, survey. New book describes bizarre moments where Trump completely forgot conversations he'd had just moments before. Trump can be disqualified from running for president again, former White House ethics lawyer. GOP operative warns Mike Pence is up to something dangerous with January 6 denials, he's not a victim. Psycho Trump is alienating wealthy GOP voters in Mar-a-Lago's Palm Beach County, report. Pro-Trump group that runs CPAC facing federal investigation of its finances, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The democracy crisis, could this be Joe Biden's big mistake? The chicken farmers are pushing back. Get ready for Heartland Institute's wild weekend of climate denial. I drove more than 1,000 miles to help a Texan get an abortion. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Astronomers get ready to probe Europa's hidden ocean for life, Wired. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is trending, but what does it mean? The HR Director magazine. Researchers use microglial cells to rejuvenate mice brains. Innovation origins. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Thursday, October 7th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.